Howdy all, me again. Welcome to part 36, and in this part we're going to be taking on this episode with Koushiro. Now a lot of these episodes, well, they're sort of like mini episodes. You basically get to see what's going on with all the kids when they've returned home. Though I have to stress right away, Koushiro's and Taichi's are the only two that actually do happen in the anime. The other ones don't happen in the anime. Right. So we're introduced to Koushiro's mum. And yeah, Tentomon's hiding. She has no idea he exists. Then why should she? So she leaves him alone. Tentomon comes out. And this is kind of where we find out, you know, what that the little thing is that bugs Koushiro with regards to his parents. And, well, here he's recalling a conversation he overheard from, you know, between the two. Which basically reveals they are not his real parents. Koushiro's parents are dead, and these parents are adopted. You know, his adoptive parents. So, yeah. And, you know what? If ever I needed a reason to prefer the Digimon anime and the characters in it over the Pokemon one, it's things like this. Ash, Misty, Brock, they all have like the personality of paper, sandpaper. They have no friggin' personality to them. You know, compared to these guys. You know, these kids are relatable. I can't relate to any of the characters in Pokemon. They're ambitious, but that's about as far as it gets. With these kids, you can relate to them because they've got real life experiences going on the side that many people don't, you know, that wouldn't have normally been taken into consideration. But yeah, long and short of it, these kids are far more relatable. So, Tentomon and Koushiro obviously chasing a signal from the Digivice. They come across this thing. It looks like the Digimon version of Muck from Pokemon. Of course we're gonna have to fight him. Because of course we wouldn't be able to get let off that easily. Luckily I've already put the Evo chip onto Tentomon, so when I start battle he'll automatically be Kabuterimon, because of course at this point my L button was still not working. Which is bullshit. Anyway. I'm tapping the L button just to make doubly sure that it's definitely not working, and it's definitely not working, so I'm having to deal with this fight as Kabuterimon. But it shouldn't be too hard in any case. Raremon's not that tough. I wonder why he's called Raremon. The bastard's poisoned me, but okay, you know what? I don't care. You can't do very much to me. This is going to be one hell of an easy fight. Like I say, just keep ramming attacks into him. You wouldn't even need to be at the Kabutorimon for this. Kabutorimon alone is more than capable of taking this guy down. Might be a little bit lengthier, you know, in terms of like how long the battle takes, but really, not a problem. The only problem is like the poison. That can really lower your health down, and that can pose a problem. Stop burping at me. I don't appreciate being burped on, that's rude. Yikes! Okay, this had better finish him. And it does, okay, fine. Not bothered. I mean, do I look bothered? Well, you can't see me, but no, I'm not bothered. So, we've beaten Raemon, but unfortunately, the Digivice we were tracking, which looks like it belonged to the 8th child, we've lost it. But yeah, I don't know if they might still have a signal from it. They end up coming across this twat again. And I do apologise for the yawning. It's a very hot day and I feel exhausted. Fuck this hot weather, I hate it. This is the bit where people can probably come and say, you moany fucking girl. Yeah, you suck, Pico Devimon. Go tell Taemon that her little servant that she picked out didn't do a fucking damn thing. In fact, that's 3 servants she's picked out that's done nothing. Mind you, they're still better than yours, Pico Devimon. They're still better than yours. So that brings Koushiro's episode to an end. Now we can just go straight back to the menu screen. Because each and every child has like a little mission to complete. So we better, you know, do that. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Presumably the Digivice, you know, 8th child and stuff. I'm just guessing at this point. So can we go back to the menu now? Thank you very much. Like I say, Taichi and Koushiro, they're the only ones that actually, you know, they're the only events that actually happen in the anime. The rest of the kids, they don't. They're just kind of like extras. Just kind of shoved in. I suppose it's a good excuse to give these guys experience in any case, so I'm not going to complain too much. You can tackle these in any order you want. I'm doing Yamato's first because it's just... Yamato's is one of the easier ones. And I'm going to be honest and say that I slapped the Evo Digi chip on Gabumon and I didn't need to. You could probably beat this subquest without needing to evolve at all. Or at least only evolve into 1 level. Whereas there are 2 other little subquests with like the 2 other children, Mimi and Joe in particular, where you kind of do need to evolve, so... I made the dumb decision of slapping Digichip, you know, the Evo chip on Gabumon, and when Gabumon didn't need it. Which meant for a while I was like, oh shit. Mimi and Joe need those Evo chips. Because, you know, Yamato's the only one that can really walk around and explore and actually get the opportunity to go into the menu, if you will. because you can't do that with the other kids when you go in their sub-quests. Just gotta remove that Digichip from you, Tentamon, because you don't need it. Don't, like I say, Garbamon didn't need it. In fact, Garbamon and Piamon, neither of them need the Evo Digichip. So if you're in the unfortunate position where your L button's busted, and you want to get through this with Evo chips, don't bother putting one on Piamon, and don't bother putting one on Garbamon, because neither of them really need it. Alas, I learned that the hard way. But luckily there is a way of rectifying it, so it's not like it's like the worst thing I ever could have done. There are people you can talk to, but they don't say anything of, you know, anything worthwhile. So really I'm only looking around just to see if there's any items and such. Because of course there's still going to be item boxes in the real world that nobody at all is going to question, which is really stupid. See, that box was sat there in the corner. No one has ever questioned that box. At least I don't think they have. So, this building happens to be where Yamato's dad works. And Yamato's got something to deliver to his dad. I'm not sure how long this takes. You know, I'm not sure exactly when this takes place after, you know, being reunited. But yeah, I may have mentioned, like I mentioned in the last part, Yamato lives with his dad, Takeru lives with his mum, so yeah, you're not going to see too much of the opposite, you know, them being with the opposite parent. Anyway, Yamato gets greeted by two Gazemon, who are just being cockheads. I guess because Etamon's gone, they needed a new evil dictator to work for. That's my guess. Anyway, Gazemon steals the parcel we have for Matt's dad. So, only one other option. Let's to beat the shit out of these little rabbits. Evil bastards. Like I say, it's just two Gazemon. I did not need to slap the Evo chip on Garbamon to beat this fight. But, you know, you live and learn. It's just two Gazemon, they go down really easy. Like, one hit from Garurumon. If that isn't enough evidence that you don't need to evolve him, then I don't know what it is. But anyway, beat those two Gazemon, and we get the parcel back, and we can go and see Matt's dad, and then that'll be all finished. All finite. We can move on to the next sub-quest with another child. I wonder if Cinnamon's pointy spike has ever hurt anyone. Seems a bit of a random thought, but okay, I don't care. It's too hot! Okay, so I could have very easily taken the Evo chip off of Garbamon at this point. I didn't need it anymore, but I didn't think to do that. So what I want to do is, I believe I want to head straight down, but I'm going to see if there's any more items, because you never know, there could be some items lying around, and there is. And again, two people standing right there, and they don't even question this floating blue box. Anything over here? Bar from a person I could talk to who probably won't say anything of use. Okay, anything? No. Waste of time going over there. Okay. Like I said, I could have just as easily taken that Evo chip off of Garbamon, but I didn't think to do it. So we just want to head up the stairs, and then we should run into Yamato's father. Before anyone asks, this is actually a TV station. That's a pretty nifty job to have. I'm presuming they're talking about Takeru. I don't know. But Takeru will be back with his mum by now. We'll catch up with him later on in this exact episode, because he doesn't need an Evo chip either. Okay. We delivered the damn parcel. What more do you want? Go home and make me a pizza. Now! Don't ask. He's just making me crazy! Anyway, I think that's Yamato's episode. That's that, you know, done. We've caught up with him. Got a glimpse of what his life's like back in the real world. So, after this little conversation, yep, we're going to go back to the menu and we're going to jump in with another child. And we're going to go over to Sora because, of course, we've already given her the Evo chip. Not that she needed it either, because let's put it this way, Piamon also does not need the Evo chip. The battle she has to face is also ridiculously easy, and you can beat it with Piamon quite easily. So, as I mentioned a few parts ago, Sora hasn't got the best relationship with her mother. So obviously there's that factor coming into things. And I don't know exactly what it is they're talking about, but I think it's something to do like Sora confiding in her mother or something like that. So that's that. Sora has a brief chat with Taichi, and we get the recycled street, which you're going to be seeing rather a fair bit of. So we're going to meet up with Sora's mother, who is, well, she's not an uncaring mother. It's just when you first see her, she looks kind of creepy. Maybe it's just a facial expression. When she smiles, she looks okay, but it's just like, wow, it's just when you see Sora's mum, she frowns a fair bit. Very frowny. I don't think we see her until after we beat this guy. Like I say, we get to fight Vegimon, and Vegimon isn't even remotely hard. So again, Piamon does not need the Evo chip. I should not have put it on Piamon, nor should I have put it on Yamato's Gabumon. These are two really easy fights you can take on with the rookie forms. Right. Well, before we reunite with Sora's mum, we need to take care of this Vegimon. You know, when Sora's done the whole "in the name of the moon I'll punish you" speech, yeah, don't ask where I got that from. I haven't even been watching Sailor Moon lately. And when I say that, I mean, you know, revisiting it, not, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. Like I say, this guy is also a pushover. You can beat him with Piamon quite easily. Vamdemon takes him out in one hit. So, it's, like I say, it was a waste of time for me to slap the Evo chip on Piamon. Mimi and Joe, aka Palmon and Gomamon, they needed it more. They do need the Evo chip. Well, that was a joke. I'm not quite sure why they go straight back to their in-training forms, but okay. It just seems a bit inconsistent. You see what I mean by the facial expression? Looks kind of creepy. Why are you so mad at me? But now she's smiling. But bear in mind, the first time I was doing this, the sound wasn't coming out of my speakers, so all I saw was like this frowny face, and I was like, oh, shit. So Sora's worries about her mother are assuaged, you know, not worried about her anymore, whatever. Yeah, what are you worried about? Yeah, you should be sorry. And that brings Sora's episode to a close. Now, I believe there's only 3 episodes left. Mimi's, Joe's, and Takeru's. You can do them in any order, so I'm going to do Takeru's. Might sound a bit suicidal because this is Patamon, and Patamon can't digivolve. You'd think, okay, well, maybe Takeru's going to be going up against a really easy Digimon, like Vegemon or Gazimon. No! Welcome back to Recycled Street! Stop crying. This is probably one of the harder little sub-quests you have to do in the real world. Like I say, Patamon can't digivolve. You'd have thought that the game designers would put him up against a rather easy-ish opponent. Like Vegemon, for example. And you'd have given the Digimon that Patamon's going to face to either Sora or Yamato. Probably Sora would make more sense, but no. Sora gets the ridiculously easy Vegemon. Yamato gets the ridiculously easy Gazimon. And, well, Takeru's gonna get the Digimon that's a little bit harder to beat. He's gonna be getting a champion. So, yeah. Takeru and his mum reunited and all that. Okay. So we're walking around and I don't know where the fuck we are now. Somewhere. What the hell? Oh yeah. Whose bright idea was it to make Patamon a Digimon that cannot evolve and is as weak as shit to fight a Dokugumon? Now, granted, Dokugumon wasn't tough in the Digiworld, but I had Digimon that could, you know, that could evolve. and actually had decent moves and decent defences. No, now we got to pit Patamon against this guy, and Patamon has piss poor defences and, well, piss poor everything. At least until he evolves. But I'm afraid we have no choice. We have to fight this guy. You see what I mean? Would have made more sense if Sora or somebody had to fight this guy, and Patamon got to fight Vegemon. Because you've got to bear in mind Patamon's a weakling. Not to mention that, because he can't evolve, would many people actually be bothered to level him up? I mean, it's just, I'm quite lucky that I did, okay? I'm quite lucky that I took the time out to, you know, stick him in the party anyway and level him up regardless. Like I say, I'm just boosting attack and defense here because I'm going to need it. And poisoning is definitely not going to help matters at all. Oh, God. Right. I think one more should do it. So yeah, make sure you've got healing items. If necessary, then it might be worthwhile putting a healing digichip on Patamon. But you'd probably only be able to do that in Yamato's segment. Or Taichi's segment, because you wouldn't really be able to do it in any of the others. All the others, you just go straight into a battle, which is bullshit. Because it means you don't get a chance to swap items around. This battle, I'm probably making this battle look a lot easier than what it actually is, but you know, like I said, maybe it's a combination due to the fact that Patamon's received a fair bit of leveling up, and hasn't been left to lag, but it's still not easy. And I probably did waste that item, but like I say, I really don't want to have to fight this guy again. Give another boost of attack and defense. And you stop pooing on me, you kinky bastard. Like I say, use attack and use your healing items wherever you can, boost defense wherever you can. This isn't an easy fight. I'm probably making it look a lot easier than what it actually is, but yeah. Now actually, I was worried about this one. It didn't go too badly though, so yeah. Like I say, you know, I would advise leveling Patamon up, even if you just don't, even if you just don't feel like it, because Patamon is such a friggin' weakling. I wouldn't blame you. Do level him up. It makes this fight a little bit easier, a little bit more bearable. I think Takeru tells his mum that she had a bad dream. When did she get the opportunity to fall asleep? Why would she even fall asleep? Unless she saw Digimon and fainted. That's the only solution I can think of. Oh shit, giant spider! Well, I suppose I'd be kind of the same if I saw a spider that big. Freaking creepy. I don't like spiders. But anyway, we now get to move on to Mimi and Joe's little sub-quests in the next episode. After I've, of course, been into the digital dimension and switched the Evos onto Palmon and Goemon. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, where we'll move on with these sub-quests.